Today guys, we're going to be talking about what the next update in Grand RP should be. I've seen a few people commenting about it, a couple other people I've talked to in the city have been saying the same thing too, so I hope you go on to enjoy the video, and if you haven't joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, download the launcher, and if you need any more assistance, there's a quick video tutorial at the end to help you guys out. But with that said, let's get into this. So the update I want to see is a resource trading update. Now I also don't want to see the exact same things we've gotten in the past. Of course, the main one that everybody would think about is there's a bunch of different prizes, a few challenges you could do, and you could trade anything from copper all the way to diamonds, some perch, some salmon, pearls, animal skin, all that kind of crap. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you could trade it in and get a bunch of awesome prizes. Then there were some other updates where it was exactly the same but without resource trading, which were really horrible because you weren't able to get like any of the prizes. So I'm hoping none of those come out. But it would be great to see another resource trading event where it was kind of similar to how it was when they first started doing those, but with a little twist into it as well, where a normal person would actually be able to get some decent items. Because if you guys don't remember, whenever one of those updates did come out, the best things that you were able to get were millions and millions of whatever currency you'd have to trade in items for. And I've calculated it, and you would need to spend over like 1,500 grand coins to get the #1 prize. Things like Halloween updates, where the mystery machine is available, and there's no way anybody's getting that normally. And I honestly think that's one big issue with those updates. But they can be easily resolved, since most people in the city are not going to be able to do that. Like, even if you had $100 million, you're running around buying diamonds, you're fishing, you're mining, doing all kinds of crap, there's a very low chance you'll actually be able to get the best prize. So if they made it where it wasn't so grand coin oriented, that'd be awesome. Because in the past, I used to save up all kinds of resources. I'd have thousands upon thousands of diamonds, copper, rubies, all of that, but I'd still never be able to get the best prizes. I trade in everything I have, and I might be able to get a few clothing items. We haven't seen an update like that in a very, very long time, and I'm not 100% sure why. I'm also not too sure why they even decided to change it in the first place, because the first time they released a resource trading event, everybody loved it, and then they switched it up and removed the resource trading. So if they bring it back with the ability to trade in resources, and the ability for the normal, average player to have a chance at getting some of the best prizes. Because like I said, you're not going to get them unless you spend tons and tons of grand coins. And even if you do, that's a lot of grand coins to spend. Like, don't forget, 1,500 grand coins is what? 1,500 pounds, I think? I live in Canada, so it's more like 2,500 bucks for me. I think the highest amount I've ever had in terms of currency from one of those updates is maybe around 4 million. And that's at the very, very most. I don't even think I spent all of it, and I think I ended up just calculating how much I would have if I were to trade in all of my resources, because some of the prices just weren't that great, and if I did have 4 million of whatever currency it would have just been a waste. There's usually like 1 or 2 things that I really like, and then of course the main big prizes. Once I got those 2 items that I liked, everything else was kind of crappy, and there was no point in me grinding anymore because I knew I wouldn't be able to get the best prizes. And if I could recommend one thing that I think would be awesome for them to add, is somewhat of a survival game to get some currency. It could literally be at an arcade machine, it could be at the casino, it could be anything. But the better you do in it, the more of that currency you'll end up getting. So if you set a high score of like 25,000 or something like that, maybe you'll get 250,000 or 2.5 million candy, depending on how hard the game mode is and how generous the server wants to be. But I would love to see something like that, because then you can actually grind it out and have a fairly solid way of getting that currency you need to get those prizes. They were honestly great updates, and recently they've been adding a lot of really, really nice clothing items and some decent cars. So an update like that again would be awesome, where you could trade your resources in, get cool prizes, there's a little mini game that you could do to earn a bunch of candy, and there's no limit on how many times you could play the game. You could just keep doing it over and over and over again. If you get super high scores, you get a bunch of candy or whatever currency it is. Either way, it would be great, because I know a lot of people probably have tons and tons of resources saved up in their storages, as do I. They're all sitting in my storage house, actually, and I don't have anything to spend it on. So hopefully in the near future we get an update like this. Let me know what you guys think down below. I personally think the little mini game idea is awesome, and I would really, really love to see it. It could literally be a racing game at the arcade, and the best part is there's actual arcade games already in GTA 5. All they would need to do is add the game to the city, and it's pretty much good to go. So let me know down below, what do you guys think? Would you like to see another resource trading event and some easier ways for you to earn the currency to actually get these prizes? I think it would be awesome. But anyways, that's going to wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.